Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're taking a look at ForestCraft for rotation. This variation of course is very aggression focused, which is okay with me. That's about the only forest deck I can both make and play, so that's pretty alright. Optimally you probably want 3 Queen and 3 Greenland. Of course I only have 2 of each, so that was still pretty okay for a deck like this, but it was still very average. Deck out of, so we are just going to play this one, see how it goes, and get right into it. So for our first game we are going up against a Blood. So Blood's a little interesting because that can be quite an aggressive deck itself, so aggression on aggression is definitely a closer game a lot of the time. So we do have Justice, you know, we've got Twin, that's okay. We've got some okay cards now, Justice, Water Fairy, Fairy Whispers, all going to come in very, very handy. They did get Goblin though, which does kind of ruin any decent play. A turn 1 Goblin definitely shuts down a lot of good turn 1 Forest players. They did force the Razor though, and they did send Goblin to face, so that's a good sign for us, since we do of course have Sylvan Justice to take this out. Which will actually let us get 1 damage in. So Eventide Vampire. We got our own Goblin, that's a good sign. So we really just need to develop our board a little bit. Get some more stuff out to really shut down this. It looks like they are playing a Bat variant of Blood, which is a good sign for rotation right now. And Peerless Shot, probably one of the best cards that Forest has access to for both removal and draw power. It does both really, really well. Peerless Shot has definitely been a staple Forest card for quite a while in a lot of decks, so it's definitely an impressive one. So there is the old Blood King, but they did waste their entire turn on that play, which definitely is not going to go well for them. So I probably should have just went straight for the Sword, but I just went for the Fairy. We're still going to get the same amount of damage, mainly because I could go for the Evo on the Fairy, I guess, was probably the better idea, but the real risk is that they have exactly what they need to kill me. It was definitely going to be close, but since they did decide to take out that follower, I'm guessing they don't quite have enough, no matter what here, unless they do just need more pings, so it's going to be a very close one. They do currently have 10 damage. Well, 9 damage, sorry. I clearly can't count today. But that did work out for us really nicely, so really glad that went well. So the next match is going to be against Arun, and of course they have Wizard of Svol's skin. Arun has some nice skins. I only have the Daria one as far as the pack ones go. I would have loved to have got some of the others, but I guess can't always win them. So Fairy Whispers, Water Fairy, Hornet, all okay. Again, not bad starting hand. Whenever you can get Water Fairy in your opener is always a good time usually. Especially if your opponent's just passing turn 1. Robo Goblin, that's a little rougher, but not a big deal. Fairy Whisper will at least stock our hand up nicely and potentially give us a way to flood the board with 1-drops. But another Robo Goblin, wow, they're actually quite a good counter for all our 1-drops right now. At least we can initially remove this one here, so we should be okay. Third Robo Goblin, so that's all their Robo Goblins played out. It's actually pretty insane to get all 3 of them like that and be able to play them all out by turn 4. So I decided to go for Archer since I do plan on using an Evo here to clean up a little bit, so ideally I'd want to hit a Robo Goblin, then I can take both of them out. The worst hit's definitely the 1-drop. Unfortunately it's exactly what we hit. I would have had a better chance at keeping up my followers if I had have at least hit the Goblins.
Quite talkative for someone without a brain.
Alright, so they have Big Goblin coming down. The Golem is definitely going to be a nightmare to deal with. So I don't have anything too optimal. Falcon isn't a bad way though. If I can go for a Sky Strider play, I can just play it out, use it, use its Bane effect to kill it off. It's just really going to lose that extra storm I could have had. But better to remove it than not. Alright, they're going for insight, and the golem player getting a ritual and a ping. Okay, that's okay. We can deal with that. Not an issue. Luckily, it did end up in concede. Obviously, that wasn't what they were after at all, and realizing they weren't going to be able to deal with that board probably tipped them over the edge a little bit. So the video is reasonably short. That's because, of course, they were really the only 2 good games I had overall. They were 2 of the only games I was actually able to manage to win with this deck out of probably a good 10, which is a little disappointing. That's really the point that disappointed me about this deck. It's definitely why I'm not recommending it. While it is reasonably cheap as far as my variation goes with just 4 legendaries, it's definitely not the best. There are definitely better cheap decks out there, and actually one of the decks we're going to look at next is much better as a budget deck and is actually pretty insane. So look forward to that video next time. If you guys did enjoy the video, at least hit the like button, subscribe. Till next time, guys. See ya.